Campus Area Health, Discipline, and Responsibility. Hello everyone, welcome back to podcast. I'm Cindy, and today I'm here with Kavelia. Hi Kavelia.
Hello, Cindy. Nice to meet you. And the audience, have a good day.
Okay, in today's episode, we will talk about something very important and very to relevant to our daily campus life. The topic is smoking in the campus area. We still see some students smoking around classroom and the parking area or even near the cafeteria.
Yes, that's true. Even though many campuses already have a smoking policy, there are still people who ignore it. That is why this topic is important us to discuss about it.
Personally, I believe smoking should be everywhere in campus area. Campus is a place for learning, self-development, and building a better future. It should be a health and comfortable environment for everyone.
Yes, I completely agree. First, let's talk about health. Cigarettes contains many harmful substances such as nicotine, tar, and then carbon monoxide. This substance can seriously damage our body, especially the lung and the heart.
Yes, smoking can cause serious diseases like lung cancer, heart, and chronic breathing problems. When some smokers regular, their lungs slow become damaged and breathing becomes harder and their stamina decreases.
Yes, and the dangerous part is that the effects are not always visible immediately, but many smokers feel fine at first, but they think smoking is not dangerous, but after many years, serious disease can appear.
That's right. Smoking is like a slow threat to our health. It may not hurt today, but in the future it can distort our quality of life.
Yes, another important thing is passive smoker. Smoking doesn't only harm the person who smokes, but also the people around them. When someone smoke in public place, others are forced to inhale that smoke.
Yes, and passive smokers can also experience health problems like COVID, short of breath, heart, and even lung disease. It is unfair because they did not cause to smoke.
Yes, especially in campus areas where many students gather to study, discuss, and eat. If someone smoke near the classroom, the smoke can enter the room and disturb the learning process.
Okay, basically, imagine you are trying to focus on a lecture, but you can smell cigarette smoke from outside. It makes the environment uncomfortable and unhealthy.
Yes, beside health issue, this is also about the rules and discipline. Most university clearly state that campus is smoke area free, and this rule exists to protect everyone.
Okay, as university students, we are considered education individuals. We should be able to understand and follow the rules. If we ignore simple rules, this is show a lack for discipline.
Yes, discipline is not only about big things, but it starts from a small action, such as throwing trash in the right place and then coming to class on time and not smoking in prohibited areas.
Okay, something people say smoking is my personal right, and yes, it might be a personal cause, but when it is an a public space, it affects other people.
Yes, exactly. Our rights, and when they start harming others, everyone has the right to breathe clean air and especially in an educational environment like a university.
Okay. Also, from a financial perspective, smoking is expensive. Students usually depend on limited budgets. Many use it from recycled, actually be saved or used for more useful things like books or meals.
Yes, that's a very good point. Smoking is not only harm health but can also waste our money, I think.
Okay. I think campus should also play a effective role. They can pay for education about the dangers of smoking, put up clear no smoking sign, and give warning to those who break the rules.
Yes, but the approach should still be educational, not just a punishment. The goal is to build awareness, not just fear of sanction.
Because in the end, unworks is the key.
If
If students really understand the dangers of smoking, respect campus rules, they are called to act responsibly.
yes, a healthy campus environment supports better learning. When the air is clean and the environment is comfortable, I think students can focus better and feel more motivated.
That's right. So today we learned that smoking is harmful. Health it fades both active and passive smoke is break campus rules and it shows a lack of discipline.
Yes, and the most importantly, following the no smoking rule is not just about obeying the regulation, but it is about caring ourselves and others people.
We hope that after listening to this discussion, Ferry becomes more aware and calls not to smoke in campus area.
Yes, let's work together to create a healthy, clean, and disciplined campus environment.
Because a better campus starts from our own action.
Yes, that's right. Small action can create a big change.
Thank you so much, Capelia, for this meaningful discussion.
Okay, thank you, Cindy, for this opportunity. I'm so happy to discuss about this topic with you. And thank you to everyone who listened us today. Have you a great day.
See you next time, next video. Stay healthy and stay responsible.
See you.
Hello everyone, welcome back to podcast Cindy. Today, Caca, I will talk about an important topic: how to make the Indonesian police more professional and trusted. Hi, Caca.
Hi Cindy, hi everyone. Okay, yeah, this is a serious topic, yeah,
Yeah.
but really important. Police are a part of daily life after all, right?
Exactly, they protect people, enforce the law, and keep things safe. But Caca, what do you think is the biggest challenge for the Indonesian police today?
Um, I think it's trust. Some people still don't full trust the police because of a bad case or mistake by a few officer.
Oh yes, true. One mistake by an officer can make people judge the war police force. But many officers were really hard and honestly.
Okay, yes, that's why professionalism is so important. It's not just about doing your job, but also being responsible, fair, and honestly.
Okay, right. Being professional means following rules, not abusing power, and treating everyone equally.
And also being open. People need clear info about the case, so they don't start guessing or spreading rumors.
Scientifically, that can be done with press conferences, update on case, or social media posts so everyone knows what happened.
Okay. Talk about social media. Police are more active online now. That's good. That's good because most people get news online this day.
Yes, but it will be even better if there are quickly online system for complaints. People can report problems easy and get fast response.
Agree. Digital system also make everything clear and record, so no hidden action.
Another important thing is being human. Police should be framed, but all skin and understanding.
Yes, sometimes people feel scared to meet police, but they should feel safe. A, a politic and friendly approach help a lot.
For example, during traffic checks, if officers are police, people respect them more.
Discipline trained in communication and public service is really important. How you talk to people affect how they see the police.
Yes, entertaining supervision is also important. If an officer breaks the rules, there should be clear punishment. People need to know the police take it seriously.
Yes, being open about mistake actually build trust. People don't like a secret.
Also, officer waters matters if they are when taken care of. There are less like to the raw things.
A good point. Improving the police start from inside incident, not just how they are seen from outside.
Continuous training and education is also important. Police need to learning new laws, technology, and social skill.
Especially now with cybercrime, police need teach skill to handle modern crime in the cyber.
Right. Official waiver also matters.
Cindy, how can people help the police improve?
I think the community has a role to cooperate, follow the law, and give constructive feedback, not just complain.
Okay. Yes, it's a two-way relationship. If both sides work together, safety and order are easier to maintain.
So, to the sum up to make the Indonesian police truth, we need professionalism, transparency, and good communication, digital system, strong supervision, better waters, and continued training.
Okay. Yes, that's right.
Because in the end, police and the community want the same thing: a safe and peaceful environment.
Hopefully, the Indonesian police become more professional, transparent, and trusted by everyone.
Amen. Thanks for listening. To hope this gave positive aid and solution. Because in the end, the police and the continual communication actual when the same thing as a safe, peaceful, and orderly environment where everyone for stage.
That's true. No one wants conflict, fear, or injustice. We all want to feel secure when we to school, to work, or just when we are on the road.
And thirst is not built from big speech or slogan, it is built from small, consistent action every single day.
Yes. from simple interaction like traffic check, public service, or responding to reports, to small moments have shape how people see law enforcement.
This when officials act professionally, speaks politicians, and follow procedure transparency, people notice.
And when there is accountability, digital system, and clear supervision, it strengthens public confidence even more.
When the author's hand on negative action just can spread quickly and again those that took years to build.
That's why and technology are important, but character, integrity, and empathy are even more important.
Very true. Professionalism is not only about enforce the law firmly, but also about respect human dignity.
And as citizens, we also have responsibility. We need to obey regulation, understand producer, and avoid spreading incomplete information.
Social media can education, but it can also mislead, so critical thinking is very important.
If both sides, law enforcement and society, work together, trust can grow strong together.
Hopeful in the Indonesian police continue improving, become more modern, transparent, and service oriented.
And I hopeful future generation will see law enforcement as a trusted partner, not something to fear.
Because security and peace are shared goals, we build them together.
Okay, change does not happen overnight, but with commitment, evaluation, and willingness to improve, positive transformation is possible.
Amen to that.
Thank you so much for listening to today's discussion. We hope this episode give you new perception and risk construction dialogue.
Don't forget to share this episode if you found it meaningful.
And let us know you thought in the comment.
Like,
Stay safe, stay critical, and stay positive. Bye bye.
bye. Thank you. Our plans after graduation and facing the real world. Hello everyone, welcome back to our podcast. My name is Cindy.
And I'm Desi. We're so happy to be here again with all of you.
Okay, today topic is very special and also very personal for us because we are going to talk about our plans after graduation and also the reality that many fresh graduates face now today.
Yes, graduation is getting closer, and to be honest, it feels like a mix of emotions. We feel excited because we finish university, but at that same times, we feel nervous about what comes next.
Okay, I agree. When we first understand university, we are just students who went to pass exam and finish excitement. But now we have to think about real career and income and responsibility and independence.
Okay, Cindy, let's start with your dream. What do you want to do after graduation?
Okay, after I graduate, I plan to work is accounting in the bank sector. Since I study accounting, I feel very interested in financial reports and auditing and analysis company performance.
Why banking? There are many companies you could choose.
That's true, but banks have a very important role in the economy. They manage people money and provide loans and help business grow. I want to be plans of a interpretation that has a big impact on society. I hope one day I can work at Bank Central Asia or Bank Mandiri.
Wow, that's a big goal. What will you do as an accountant in a bank?
As accounting a bank, I will prepare financial and statement, record transaction and checks report tax
and make sure everything is account in banking. Actual and honestly are example important because we are dealing with money in public store.
Ah, that sounds challenging.
Yes, it is. That's why I preparing myself and I want to improve my technical skill and like like using accounting software, understanding and regulation, and maybe take professional certificates.
What about your long-term plan?
And plan I have in 5 to 10 years. I hope I can become a senior account and maybe one day chief financial officer. And I want to help company make smart financial and the definition and maintain stability.
Ah, that's inspiring. But do you ever feel scared thinking about that big stress of responsibility?
Honestly, yes, something I feel is great, but I believe here is formal. What matters is how we respond to it. I choose to prepare myself instead of avoiding it. Now, Desi, tell us about your dream career.
Hmm, after graduation, I want to work a digital marketing specialist at Indofood
Why Indofood?
because Indofood is one of the large food companies in Indonesia. Brands like Indomie are famous worldwide. I think it would be exciting to create digital campaigns for us big brands.
What does a digital marketing actually do?
Digital marketer creates online campaigns, management social media, runs advertising, and analysis data. We need creativity to make attractive content, but we also need analytic skill to measure results.
Wow, it's good. So it is a combination of art and data.
Exactly, that's why I love it. It's dynamic and always changing.
Now let's talk about something important. And nowadays, many graduates struggle to find job after graduation.
Yes, competition is very high. Sometimes there are thousands of applications for one position.
Okay, some people and more than two job application and still don't get a response. That situation can be stressful and make people feel insecure.
And social media makes it worse. We see our friends posting about their new job, office life, or promotions. We start comparing ourselves.
Ah, good. There ever a popular pairs now, which means running away from pressure and some people close to expect instead of catching guilty.
Yes, some feel overwhelmed that they stop trying. They think maybe you are not good enough.
But actually, not getting a job immediate don't mean you are capable, and something is about giving opportunity and participate.
So what should we do if we don't get a job right away?
First, don't panic, and it's normal. Second, also the time production and improve your skill and take online course, join training programs, or do internship.
Yes, if someone wants to work in digital marketing, they can start by managing small business account or building a portfolio.
Okay, and if someone to work in accounting, there can pass financial analyst, or Excel, and or else accounting software.
We can also try freelance work or part-time jobs to gain experience.
Another important thing is mental side. The transfer from student to professional is not easy.
We will face rejections, but rejection is not the end.
Aesthetically, rejection is part of growth. Ever no bricks or close to a yes.
I like that. Also, we shouldn't be as mad to start for entry-level positions.
Okay. Oh yes, very successful person start from somewhere. The important thing is progress, not perfect.
For all students who are about to graduations, remember this. Don't compare your time with others.
Oh yeah, but everyone has their own pace. Some people success faster, some slower. That's okay.
If you feel tired, take a short rest but don't give up.
Okay, Mr. State or saying, let's say, so don't give up. Career is a successful.
That's a smart, healthier mindset.
Okay, but graduation is not the finish line. It is the starting line of a journey. Line of a journey.
Today we share our dreams and also talk honestly about the challenge after graduations.
Okay, we build that success. We build that successful. Don't count instantly. Is preparation prepares effort comes and continue learning.
No matter what happened after graduations, remember that your value is not by how fast you get a job.
Improving yourself, keep trying, and believe in your potential.
Thank you so much for listening our podcast today.
Okay, thank you. Next time in episode video podcast. We hope this episode can motivation you are give your stay as you prepare for your futures.
Thank you. See you next time. Goodbye.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to podcast. My name is Cindy.
Hello, good evening everyone. My name is Safira. We are very pleased to have you with us today. In this episode, we will discuss about a reflection topic. Why did we take the remedial test?
At first, taking a remedial test might seem like a simple academic requirement. However, for me, it represents responsibility and personal growth.
That's very true. Cindy, what was your main reason for taking the remedial test?
Honestly, my professor examination result did not meet the requirement standard, but more importantly, I realized that I had not prepared serious note and understand the subject and did not manage my time effectively.
That is very honest reflection. In my case, I felt that my first result did not fully reflect my real ability. I knew that with a better preparation, I could achieve a better outcome.
Agree. Sometimes a low score does not mean we are incapable. It simply shows that our strategy on preparation needs improvement.
Exactly. However, taking a remedial test can feel embarrassing. Did you feel disappointed at first?
Oh yes, I did. I feel disappointed and questioned myself. But after reflection, and I realized that failure is not in the end. It is of the learning process.
I had a similar feeling, but I remind myself that one exam does not define who we are as a student. What matters is how we respond to the situation.
Okay, that is an important point. Casing to take the remedial test show accountability instead for ignoring the result. We decide to improve it.
Accountability is essential for a university student. It trains us to admit our weakness and take action to fix them.
Oh yeah, after they seem to take the remedial test, I changed my study method. I created a structured schedule, review key concept, and ask question when I did not understand the material.
That is excellent. I also adjust my approach. Instead of only reading, I practice answering analytical questions and discuss the material with friends. It helped me more understand deeply.
Sometimes failure proceed to us to find better learning strategy. In a way, the remedial test became a turning point for me.
I feel the same. It also helped me build resilience. I learned to manage disappointment and turn it to motivation.
Presently is very important, especially as we prepare for our future careers. In professional life, we will face many changes if we cannot handle academic setbacks. It will be difficult to handle workplace pressure.
That is absolutely correct. Small academic challenge train us for bigger responsibility in the future.
Another reason I took the remedial test was because I have long time goals. I want to academic record to reflect consistent effort and dedication.
For me, it was also about self-respect. I did not want to accept an average performance when I knew I could do better.
That mindset is very inspiring. I need lately the competition is not with other studies but with ourselves.
Yes, education is not only about grades. It is about developing characters, discipline, and integrity.
Oh yes. But in connection, taking a remedial test showed out note decision as a sphere. It is an important to grow, reflect, and improve.
We hope our discussion today encourage students not to feel ashamed if they need to take a remedial test.
Instead, see it is a second chance to prove your commitment and responsibility.
Okay, thank you very much for listening to our podcast.
Before we start closing the episode, I would like to end the more reflection. Something we are afraid of being judged when our take a remedial test. We wrong about what another might think, but in reality, everyone has their own struggles. What truly matters is our chance to improve ourselves.
That is very meaningful, Cindy. We often compare ourselves with others, but we forget that we grow as a personal journey. Some people success on the first attempt, while others need a second or even to change. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes, and I believe that matter is so now. Everything goes perfectly, and but when we respond ourselves to imperfection, taking the remedial test was not only about connecting a short. It was about connecting my attitude.
I agree completely. Through this experience, I learned that responsibility is not something that comes automatically. It must be practiced when we admit our mistake and choose to fix them. That is when real growth happens.
And to listen what might be facing a small situation, please remember me. A temporary state does not determine your futures. Your willingness to stand up again is what defines you.
Very well said. Education is not a straight line. It is a journey filled with lessons, challenge, and opportunities to improve. The remedial test was simply one character chapter in the journey.
Okay, aesthetically and something the characters that feel different become the most valuable on the author as humility, perseverance, and discipline.
So, instead of feeling discouraged, let us choose to be grateful for the opportunity to grow because not everyone receives a second chance.
But That is true. Let's continue striving to be better revision ourselves. Not because we forget to, but because we want to develop our personality.
I seriously hope that this reflection has inspired you to see challenge from a more positive perspective. I hope that this reflection has inspired you to see challenge from a more positive perspective.
Thank you once again for spending your time with us today.
Stay responsible, stay motivated, and never stop learning.
Thanks you.
See you
See
and
you.
bye.
Smoking and on campus health and discipline issue. Smoking in the classroom is problematic because it harms health and disturbs others. As students, we must be disciplined and obey and the campus rule. Making the Indonesian police more professional and trust. The Indonesia police have an important role in protecting society and mountain security. They work to enforce the law and service the community. Our plans after graduation and facing the real world. After graduates, I plan to work the accounting field, especially at Bank Mandiri. I want to apply the knowledge I have learning such as financial reporting and taxation. Why I took the remedial test, a reflection on responsibility and personal growth. I took the remedial test because I want to improve my grade and get better result. It why my responsibility to fix my mistakes became a more disciplined student.